Day 16. Today is definitely a day where I would much rather not be making a video. It's one of those days where you just want to be in like hibernation by yourself. Because I've been doing these 2-hour meditations every morning from 6 to 8 a.m. and then normally going after or doing them throughout the day and at night. Like, I think it's possibly helping to bring up everything that's not in alignment to my highest truth and calling, possibly. I don't fucking know what it is. And I guess it doesn't really matter. All I know is there's a lot of heaviness that I'm feeling, a lot of sadness, a lot of I don't know, like hopelessness, or I don't even know the words, but and it's not really like there's a reason or a story or a trigger. It's just there, and it's really apparent. It's like so heavy where in the past this would have spun me down into like, you could call it dark night of the soul or just complete pointlessness or not wanting to be here. Kind of reminds me of like the darkest time in my life in the Philippines when, I tried to commit suicide twice. Obviously, I failed because I'm still here. And obviously, it's like I didn't even really want to commit suicide, you know? It's like, you say you want to commit suicide, and I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump off this cliff. And then I was like, my boyfriend at the time came and saved me. And I was like, oh, phew, I didn't really want to do that. If I get really honest, you know. And then I tried to drown myself in the ocean. The poor guy had to come and save me. It's like there's always that thread of you that's like wants to stay alive. There's that thread, there's that piece of you that just wants to stay alive, and it's always there. It's always there. Like even as I'm like feeling this heaviness and like pretending like life is over. It's like, why do I play this game of like complete and utter despair? Like I'm a damsel in distress. Like somebody come and save me and hold me and hug me and love me because I'm a mess and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And that's like, that's the fucking bullshit about it too. But it feels so real when you're in it, right? Like it feels like, no, I really don't know what to do with all of these emotions. Like I don't know how to feel them. I don't know how to feel them. I don't know what to do with them. Like, do I choose my highest timeline and like, okay, I can choose my own reality and like just drop all this bullshit and drop all the stories and drop all the emotions and choose the highest version of myself because all timelines are right here, right now. So I'm going to choose that. Okay. I'm happy now. It's like, I see it's like that part of me. I never wanted to do that because part of me felt really fucking fake. I was like, I've always been the kind of like, okay, I want to be real. I want to be authentic. So there's sadness and there's fucking depression right here. So let me dive into it. So let me feel it all. Bring it on, world. How much darkness you got? Bring it. I'm going to feel it. The whole world's hiding and pretending. Well, I'm going to be the one who's not. Like, I'm going to be the one who's going to feel this shit. Well, I felt it for a long fucking time. And it's like, okay, now what? It's like, okay, I could do this for another few years and like feel really sad and depressed and like crying. Like, I even was so sad. Like, you guys know me. Like, if you know me, like, I love pole dancing. I'm like, that's my happy place. I went to pole dancing. I'm in that parking lot right now. After pole dancing, it was fucking shit. Like, because there's just like so much heaviness. So I was like, oh, well, let me try it out. Because normally it's like, no, let me just cancel everything and like go in my cave and just cry all day. It's like, well, let me try to shake things up and try different things and experiment. It's like, okay, I don't know what the answer is. So let me try everything. It's kind of fun to like rant and rave. I feel like it does help me somehow. I tried to make a video earlier. And I just cried the whole time. I don't even think I said anything. I was like, this is so pointless. I escaped in my car and I cried. It's like the Cali car confessionals. And now it's like I'm just at that point of like complete, it's like giving up. Like, I've cried, I've chosen my highest timeline, I created, I talked to a friend, I, sat in silence and dropped every thought. It's so funny. It's like the very things that we think we don't want is actually like we want them. Like, how sick and twisted is that? I know I'm like probably like a broken record. I don't know how many times I'm saying this, but it's like really dawning on me. Like it is like we want, like, why am I choosing this suffering and like to go through this experience? There's some part of me that's getting off on this. Isn't that sick? There's some part of me that's like so scared to like let go of the mind completely. There's some part of me that's so scared to like be so successful and go big. There's like parts of me. It's like, what do I want to choose? Like, I can choose anything. Like, none of this is me. None of this means anything. And I love this question. One of my dear friends asked me, like, what if you had this sadness forever? What if the sadness never left you? What if the depression or the anxiety or like whatever it is that your like shit is, like, what if that were to never leave? What if you were to have that until like forever? It's always we postpone. Oh, well, I'm gonna wait until I get better to like start dating again, or I'm gonna wait until I get better till I like start making videos and sharing until like I know something. It's like no better time than the present. And it's kind of nice exposing yourself like this. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only crazy one. Like, I don't see anyone else really doing this. Do you? I don't know. Man, you guys should see my legs. They're so bruised. And like, I wore stilettos today and I like stabbed my leg. Like, people think pole dancing is like really sexy. Like, you get to see like the end version, right? When like, we're all like, headbang and like sexy talk. But like, you don't get to see all the bruises, the mistakes, the like falling flat on your face. You only see the end result and you're like, oh yeah, that's so hot. But if only men knew like what we went through. And I feel like that's kind of like life too. Wow, that just like clicked. Kind of like life. When we become a teacher, look at me when I have my shit together, but you didn't get to see me bump and bruise and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, let me just show all of it. I know, I was like, I posted my choreography for pole dancing and I'm like, it is so embarrassing. And of course my friend Sama Sati, I'm going to name you out, Sama. My friend Sama was like, oh my God, you're so sexy. I was like, what? Okay, post. And then everyone else was like, oh my God, I can't believe you posted that video. That was really embarrassing. I was like, oh my God, it was embarrassing. I was so not sexy. It was the first time I tried to like put something together. But you know what? It's really cool to see somebody's progress, right? One day, I'm sure in the future, you're going to look back at this video and be like, oh my God, Callie was a hot mess too. Now look at her. I mean, who knows? Maybe are we always going to be a hot mess? I don't know. Who knows how this expression or why this expression is coming out? Again, trusting everything. And I think that's what I'm playing with. Like, do I surrender and let everything fucking go? And just like trust every expression and what's coming out and like just this ease and grace? Or do I like have a little focus, little choosing my highest timeline and playing with that? I guess you just gotta tune in moment to moment to see what feels good for you. And we're all different. Shake it up. Try different things. Yeah. I did a lot of different things today. Like I set a timer for 2 hours and sat in silence and just felt everything and dropping every thought and cried a lot. I went into my car and tried to make that video and just bawled. And then I talked to a friend. And then I was like, I came to pole dancing to try and mix things up and get out of the house. Stream of consciousness writing is also really good when I feel like shit. I just like get on my computer and start swearing and like write everything that I'm feeling. My friend was like, oh, Callie, just feel gratitude. Like write down everything that you're grateful for. And I was like, fuck you. Like, I do not want to be doing that. Like trying to like conjure up some gratitude right now makes me feel like even more shit, because it's making me realize, okay, yeah, I know there's a lot to be grateful for. I know my life is fucking amazing and I don't feel grateful. And by me trying to force gratitude is making me feel like more shit. So let me just be in the shit. I mean, this is the craziness of the mind. Do you see the craziness of the mind? It's so funny. Like, okay, it is funny. But not when you're in it. It feels like fucking shit. And it feels like the world's gonna end. And it feels like the most important thing in the world. And it feels like you're gonna die. And like, what's the point? I mean, the mind is nuts. It's like trying to hang on for dear life. It's like, I feel like it's like on its last strings out. Hopefully, maybe. And it's just like, okay. It's like scared shitless. It's like, fuck, Callie is serious about finding the truth. Like, Callie's serious about losing everything and like losing your identity. Like, she really wants this shit. We better like pull out. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe they're pulling out every last resort. And part of me is like, you know, it's like part of me wants to go back into the play. And then part of me is like, the play is so fucking painful. I'm out. And that's a good thing, like, right? Life is just going to keep making it more and more painful for us to like go in deeper to feel. Like everything I feel is like really helping and pointing us to the truth of our being. I don't know. What? I don't know. I'm going to stop right now. We're at 11 minutes. That's a lot for a person who didn't want to make a video. Okay. I'm going to go home. Maybe take an Epsom bath. And we'll see. Day 16.